An Artist's Life Manifesto, Marina Abramovic. An artist's conduct in his life. An artist should not lie to himself or others. An artist should not steal ideas from other artists. An artist should not compromise for himself or in regard to the art market. An artist should not kill other human beings. An artist should not make himself into an idol. An artist's relation to his love life. An artist should avoid falling in love with another artist. An artist's relation to the erotic. An artist should develop an erotic point of view on the world. An artist should be erotic. An artist's relation to suffering. An artist should suffer. From the suffering comes the best work. Suffering brings transformation. Through the suffering, an artist transcends his spirit. An artist's relation to depression. An artist should not be depressed. Depression is a disease and should be cured. Depression is not productive for an artist. An artist's relation to suicide. Suicide is a crime against life. An artist should not commit suicide. An artist's relation to inspiration. An artist should look deep inside himself for inspiration. The deeper he looks inside himself, the more universal he becomes. The artist is universe. An artist's relation to self-control. The artist should not have self-control about his life. The artist should have total self-control about his work. An artist's relation with transparency. The artist should give and receive at the same time. Transparency means receptive. Transparency means to give. Transparency means to receive. An artist's relation to symbols. An artist creates his own symbols. Symbols are an artist's language. The language must then be translated. Sometimes it is difficult to find the key. An artist's relation to silence. An artist has to understand silence. An artist has to create a space for silence to enter his work. Silence is like an island in the middle of a turbulent ocean. An artist's relation to solitude. An artist must make time for long periods of solitude. Solitude is extremely important. Away from home, away from the studio, away from family, away from friends. An artist should stay for long periods of time at waterfalls. An artist should stay for long periods of time at exploding volcanoes. An artist should stay for long periods of time looking at fast-running rivers. An artist should stay for long periods of time looking at the horizon where the ocean and the sky meet. An artist should stay for long periods of time looking at the stars in the night sky. An artist's conduct in relation to work. An artist should avoid going to the studio every day. An artist should not treat his work schedule as a bank employee does. An artist should explore life and work only when an idea comes to him in a dream or during the day as a vision that arises as a surprise. An artist should not repeat himself. An artist should not overproduce. An artist should avoid his own art pollution. An artist's possessions. Buddhist monks advise that it is best to have 9 possessions in their life. 1 robe for the summer, 1 robe for the winter, 1 pair of shoes, 1 begging bowl for food, 1 mosquito net, 1 prayer book, 1 umbrella, 1 mat to sleep on, 1 pair of glasses if needed. An artist should decide for himself the minimum personal possessions he should have. An artist should have more and more of less and less. A list of an artist's friends. An artist should have friends who lift his spirit. A list of an artist's enemies. Enemies are very important. The Dalai Lama has said that it is easy to have compassion with friends, but much more difficult to have compassion with enemies. An artist has to learn to forgive. Different death scenarios. An artist has to be aware of his own mortality. For an artist, it is not only important how he lives his life, but also how he dies. An artist should look at the symbols of his work for the signs of different death scenarios. An artist should die consciously without fear. Different funeral scenarios. An artist should give instructions before the funeral so that everything is done the way he wants it. The funeral is the artist's last art piece before leaving. The funeral is the artist's last art piece before leaving. The funeral is the artist's last art piece before leaving.